My name is Michael Berlucci, and I will serve as the MC for this evening, which is the 28th Annual Virginia Beach Human Rights Commission Awards ceremony. So welcome to all of you, and thank you for being here. A little applause is okay. Before we begin the program, please join me in showing our appreciation for the very talented musicians of the Green Run High School Orchestra and their conductor, Mr. Joshua Poe. Thank you all for being here and for contributing to the very special nature of this celebration. Now, I'm already going off script just a little bit, so please bear with me. I want to just let you know that as the MC for this event is very special for me because I serve as a member of City Council, but for 5 years before that, I served as a member of the Virginia Beach Human Rights Commission. And I had an opportunity to work with so many of you in the room, so many people who are not here with us tonight, in the promotion of human dignity, of respect, in an effort to make our city one where that's more inclusive and better representative of the community we serve and where we live, and ultimately just a better, a safer, more wonderful place to live for each and every one of us and to visit. And so it's a real honor and privilege that I have the opportunity to share this evening in this role with you based on my service on the Human Rights Commission before I was on council and in the time that I've had to serve as your liaison on the City Council. So I want to thank the Human Rights Commission for allowing me the opportunity to serve in this role. The other thing that I really want to emphasize is that tonight is very special because it's a busy time of year. We all know that. There's a lot going on in the community. There's holiday parties, family events, work things. There's a lot we have to do. But the fact that each and every one of us made time to be here tonight to celebrate the honorees, but more than that, to commemorate the importance of human rights, human dignity, treating each other with the respect that we deserve as human beings, speaks to each of you, and it speaks to the strength and the soul and the depth of our community and character in Virginia Beach, and I applaud you for making time to be part of this very special evening. So thank you very much, and I give you a round of applause for making human rights part of your evening tonight and part of your lives throughout the year. Now, would you please stand for the presentation of colors by the Virginia Beach Sheriff's Office Honor Guard, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Honor guard, halt, line, pace. Honor guard, present, colors.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order. Colors. Rise. Haste. Honor guard, forward. March.
Thank you, and you may be seated. I'd like to thank again the Virginia Beach Sheriff's Office Honor Guard and provide a special welcome to Sheriff Rocky Holcomb. Thank you for joining us, Sheriff. And I want to thank the Sheriff's Office and Sheriff Holcomb not only for being here tonight and for sharing the Honor Guard with us, but for their efforts all year long to serve our community, to promote mental health and wellness, to promote an end to reducing recidivism and providing second chances and a compassionate hand in our community while also keeping us safe. So thank you, Sheriff Holcomb, and for the entire team at the Sheriff's Office for your partnership and for your dedicated professional efforts. So I'd like to just share a little bit about the Human Rights Commission with you, a little bit about the history of the commission and the work that they do year in and year out to promote human rights in Virginia Beach. In 1989, following the events of Labor Day weekend, then Mayor Myra Obendorf appointed a committee to review what occurred during that weekend and to make recommendations. Following the formal presentation of the report, City Council formed the Labor Day Coordinating Committee. And at the same time, a group of concerned citizens formed an informal fellowship committee to address the human aspects of the disruptive behavior at the oceanfront. And then in November 1990, the findings and concerns of this group led council to appoint a formal fellowship committee of diverse citizens. And after 8 months, that commission concluded that there existed the perception and the reality of the violation of human rights in our city. And consequently, the committee recommended that a Human Rights Commission be formed in the city of Virginia Beach. And then on August 6th, 1991, City Council adopted an ordinance creating the Virginia Beach Human Rights Commission as an advisory agency to City Council. The commission was charged with several things, including to institute, conduct, and engage in educational and informational programs for the promotion of mutual understanding and respect among citizens and the fulfillment of human rights, as well as to serve as a forum for the discussion of human rights and to conduct studies and propose solutions for the improvement of human relations in the city, and to provide assistance to persons who believe their rights have been violated by identifying the appropriate federal, state, or local agency to address the complaint and referring such persons to that agency. And on February 4th, 1992, 11 persons representative or coming close to being representative of the diversity of the residents in our city were appointed by City Council to serve in a voluntary capacity on the Human Rights Commission. And since that time, the Commission has conducted a multitude of forums for the community, coordinated annual programs that acknowledge residents for their actions related to human rights, and to celebrate the city's diversity, conducted numerous issue studies, and advised countless citizens with their human rights concerns. The Virginia Beach Human Rights Commission is now in its 31st year of existence. And I thank each and every one of you, past and present, for your dedicated efforts to promote human rights and mutual understanding and respect in the city of Virginia Beach. Thank you all for all you do for our community and for our city. And so at this time, I am very pleased to introduce the chair and the vice chair of the Virginia Beach Human Rights Commission, Sylvia Neary Strickland and Jamal Gunn. Please welcome them both.
I'm Sylvia, and this is Jamal.
I'm Jamal.
Welcome and thank you for attending. Can everybody hear me? At this time, I wanted to.
They said no.
No? Now? I have a very soft voice until I get angry. At this time, I'd like to recognize my fellow commissioners, if I can read this. Beatrice Amberman, if you would stand and stay standing, and please hold your applause until the end, if that's okay. Beatrice Amberman, former vice chair, and she's on the awards committee. Thank you. Heidi Daniels, former vice chair. Jamal Gunn, current vice chair. Carol Hasseltine, she couldn't be with us tonight, but she's a former chair. Ginger Gencock, former vice chair and a member of the awards committee. Bobby Malati. E. Fortutino or Rencio, we call him Jojo. He's not with us tonight, and he's a member of the awards committee. Mark Stevens, awards committee. Ramona Taylor. Ron Taylor, former vice chair. Frances Knight Thompson, she couldn't be with us tonight. Rabbi Israel Zobman. And our student commissioners, Nicholas Lundgren and Simone Mead. And thank you all.
We would also like to recognize the staff liaisons that assist the commission on a regular basis. Mayor Robert Dyer, Councilmember Michael Berlucci, City Manager Patrick Duhaney, Director of Human Resources Stacy Hawks, Human Resources Assistant Dominique McKinnon, Deputy City Manager, okay, please, yeah, go ahead. You're welcome to. Deputy City Attorney Roger Ingram, Assistant City Attorney Donna Hernandez, Virginia Beach Police Department Deputy Chief Sean Adams, Virginia Beach Sheriff's Office Captain Lewis Thompson, the Virginia Beach Police Department LGBT Liaison Lieutenant Michelle Meester, Virginia Beach City Public Schools Ty Harris and Meredith Hobson, and the Virginia Beach Public School Board Liaison Kim Melnick. I also want to recognize the dignitaries that we do have in attendance also. Vice Mayor Rosemary Wilson, City Manager Patrick Duhaney, Assistant City Manager Monica Chaparro, just walking in, Council Member Amelia Ross Hammond, Council Members Worth Remick and Josh Shulman. Virginia Beach Police Chief Paul Newdigate. And the Virginia Beach Sheriff Rocky Holcomb. And of course, I also want to recognize a former Virginia Beach Police Chief, Jim Severa. Thank you very much. Also, we want to recognize those in attendance who have previously been awarded a Virginia Beach Human Rights Award by the Commission. Please stand for a round of applause.
Before we continue, I'd like to take just a brief moment. I'm playing off script too. And that is to let you know about a organization that the Virginia Beach Human Rights Commission belonged to for 28 years, and that's the Virginia Association of Human Rights. It's a statewide organization, and it was formed by all of the human rights commissions in the state. We were together for 28 years and decided that we didn't need to be an LLC. So we had our last official meeting in Virginia Beach. They usually come to Virginia Beach. And each year we would recognize a commissioner of the year, and we would recognize a staff person of the year. And at this time, I'd like to ask Dominique Kennan to come up. while she's coming up, this is, each commission gets to nominate someone, and for our very last, as an official organization, Dominique has been awarded this. So on behalf of the Virginia Association of Human Rights, we want to thank you for your dedicated service to human rights, the committee, the commission, and to our community. She's our heart and soul, and we are so blessed to have her. And the state recognizes it. Do you want to say a few words?
Okay, this is totally unexpected, so I'm not sure what to say right now. I think what I can say is that the work that the Human Rights Commission does, their mission to just build a better community, a better world, is the reason why I put my heart and soul into this job. And I just love every one of the commissioners dearly, and I have so much respect for the passion and the work that you do. And I think you are a true treasure to the Virginia Beach community.
Thank you so much. She's really not that good, so nobody try and steal her from us, okay? And just to close with the association, the Virginia Association, we will still continue to meet in Virginia Beach, but we will do it as a kind of a forum that the Virginia Beach Human Rights Commission sponsors, because it's too valuable. It's too valuable to let go. But thank you very much.
Thank you, Sylvia and Jamal, and congratulations to Dominique. That was a very lovely sentiment, and I know, Dominique, that you invest your heart and soul into supporting the commission and all the citizens who work with the commission, and I thank you for your efforts. And so, as we move on with the program, and we're getting closer to celebrating all the recipients and all the great work that's happening in our community as it relates to human rights, but we do have a special speaker this evening, and I have a great privilege to introduce her. I've served on the council for approaching 5 years, and for all of those years, I've had the chance to work with our Vice Mayor, Rosemary Wilson. And during that time, I've had a chance to work very closely with her, and I had a front row seat to her work to advance human rights and dignity and respect for the citizens of Virginia Beach in many ways. She's an advocate for youth, having been a teacher and served on the school board. She's a promoter of women's rights, women's equality, and women's empowerment. She has been a strong supporter of the LGBTQ plus community of people of color, and I could go on and on. People with disabilities, for access to health care. So it really is a great privilege to ask our Vice Mayor to come up and to say a few words on behalf of Mayor Dyer and the City of Virginia Beach. Please join me in welcoming Vice Mayor Rosemary Wilson.
Oh, Michael, you made me sound pretty good. Can you go with me on the campaign trail next year?
I'll be busy.
Yeah, I think we'll both be busy next year, but on behalf of the mayor and the city council members that are here and those that couldn't be with us tonight, I just want to share with you what a joy it is to be in your presence. In this season of love, peace, and brotherhood, you exemplify that more than any other commission that we have in the city. Don't tell them I told you that, though. But it is really true. And since 1994, and this full house exemplifies how dedicated you are, and hopefully it reflects on our city, on how dedicated we are to human rights. It really means a lot, and I'm so excited about the awardees tonight and to see them to get those awards, because we know that that is truly an honor, but well-deserved, you know, because I know that you go over everyone with a fine-tuned comb, and there's a lot of competition out there, because we got a lot of great people and organizations in the city. And so to get this award is extremely special. You truly are the beacon. You are the beacon for humanity, for dignity, and for respect. And we are so grateful to have you there. And then there are times, and you know, Sylvie might get that phone call, and she goes, oh no, we got to do that. That we really, truly need you to help us with the issues that we have to manage. We're a big city. We're a big city, but at the same time, we're a big, small town. And I think all of us feel that. And I think in spite of being a big city, we're the safest city, and we love our men and women in the sheriff's department, the police department, and all of our public safety. We're the safest city. We've got great schools, and it's just a wonderful place to live, and you're a big part of that. So we want this city to continue to be inclusive. We want to continue to respect humanity and be there, and you help us with that, because we want to make sure all of our citizens and all of our visitors feel respected. So it's not too long of a speech. I know I told Michael brief is better. He hasn't learned that yet. You can tell I call him my little brother, and I adore Michael. So I wouldn't say that if I didn't absolutely adore him. So anyway, thank you for being here. Congratulations to all the honorees.
I love you too. Thank you, Vice Mayor. And she's right, brevity is not my strongest suit. But fortunately, we are to the best part of the evening when we get to honor you. Before we begin the presentation of awards, just this quick housekeeping item to make note of. If the honorees would enter the stage to your right and exit to your left when you accept the award, and which I think that's your right, isn't it? The photographs of the honorees will be taken at the end of the ceremony by the city photographer, and he's with us tonight. I want to thank you for being here as well. So thank you, and now let's begin with learning about all the incredible work you all are doing and have done in our community. Our first recipient is Art for Learning, and presenting this award is Human Rights Commission Vice Chair Jamal Gunn. We're going to figure this out. There we go. Because I don't have that information either.
Yeah, I needed to work out, thank you. Arts for Learning is the Commonwealth's leading provider of quality arts and education programming for students and children of all ages. By bringing innovation and imagination to the education process through the arts, Arts for Learning has been able to spark the imaginations of children and feed their minds to improve their academic performance and encourage them to stay in school. Serving over 47,000 students with nearly 650 programs, Arts for Learning has a proven track record of building academic, creative, and social economic skills of students across the cultural spectrum. By following their motto to inspire and engage students in and through the arts, Arts for Learning has played a critical role in strengthening the connection of school-aged children to their families, their cultures, and their communities across all of Virginia Beach. Please join us in welcoming Christina Everly, Chief Executive Officer of Arts for Learning of Virginia.
We'll take a photo at the end. So.
Good evening. I'm Chris Everly, CEO of Arts for Learning. On behalf of the Arts for Learning Board of Directors, staff, artists, partners, and supporters, thank you for giving us this award. Our success is a team effort, and we're greatly honored to have been recognized. And some of our team is over there at table 2. Our arts and education work focuses upon underserved students, those with physical and intellectual disabilities, and military-connected students. We've been around for 69 years, but we're constantly evolving. In addition to our artists providing performances, workshops, and in-depth residencies, we offer creative virtual learning and bilingual art kits. We strive to meet the learning needs of all students with culturally diverse programming and to build a learning environment where every student feels seen, heard, and valued. With that learning environment fuels creativity and inspires children to imagine and build a better world, we all benefit. As a Virginia Beach resident for 38 years, I'm proud to be a resident of a city that places such a value upon children and education, especially in the arts. Thank you.
Tommy Cubine will receive the next recognition, and Dr. Virginia Jancott will present the award.
Thank you, Michael. There are 3 words that describe Tommy: passion, persistence, and advocacy. Tommy is best known as a fierce advocate who never tired or backed down. She has dedicated her life to the service and support of persons with mental illness and physical disability. Not only did she serve a long and illustrious career with Human Services, but she dedicated almost every minute of her own time to advocacy. She worked tirelessly to get funding for the program STEP Virginia, which provides services for individuals experiencing mental health crises. Her collaboration with the organization NAMI created a vibrant and driving force at the national level. She served on the Human Rights Commission for 9 years and chaired the Mental Health Committee, in which time she created a collaboration with Virginia Beach Police Department, Virginia Beach Sheriff's Department, Human Services, and Behavioral Health Services, just to name a few. She was the force behind creating the Office of Family and Consumer Affairs. She also helped develop Beach House to help those in recovery. Tommy also helped lead the outreach to faith communities to try to eliminate the stigma of mental illness. She advocated for temporary and permanent supportive housing for persons with disabilities. It has been my honor to serve with Tommy and to learn from her. Her efforts make her worthy to receive this award.
You. Oh, I really so greatly appreciate having been honored with this award. And they don't tell you what they're going to say about you. In fact, I said, I kind of wonder, what do they know about me? Oh my gosh, I think Ginger found a whole bunch that I didn't hardly recognize from so long ago. But I am really sincerely honored to receive this award in aiding to the understanding and cultural diversity, social awareness, and human rights. And I had imagined, although I didn't know what was going to be said, I had imagined it would have something to do with mental health. And so I wanted to say this, I'm really, really so glad because these are people that do experience serious mental health conditions that I've worked with. And, you know, and a great deal of understanding and of understanding of cultural diversity, social awareness, and human rights are needed for this particular population. And they need support in all of these areas. Having been stigmatized and isolated for so many years, people with mental health disorders are very much in need of our support and our advocacy. We have come a long way. People are not isolated as much, although some still are. But you know, there was a time that they were so totally isolated. But there's so much more to do. So I would request that we all pay attention to the needs of the people with mental health disorders, but also to the organizations that are trying to help. We have NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness. We have Mental Health America. We have Interfaith Alliance at the Beach. And there's a Faith Inclusion Network. So I thank you very much for this honor and for paying attention, and appreciate being here. And think about people with mental health disorders, and let's give them a lot of support. Oh, that's not mine. That's not mine. Okay, get it. Okay. I need a keeper.
Don't forget your award, Tommy. Keep it going.
Keep it going?
Yeah.
All right. Don't ask me twice. Hampton Roads Pride is the leading advocacy organization in the Hampton Roads 7 Cities area. It is an all-volunteer, nonprofit organization which advocates for non-discrimination of LGBTQ individuals. The LGBTQ community is the only community against which people can still legally discriminate. Right now, our community is battling a backlash of over 500 pieces of legislation anti-LGBTQ. We are all being impacted by hatred and discrimination. There have been many outstanding leaders in Pride, and since my personal involvement in 2016, there have been 5 outstanding presidents that have been responsible for the exponential reach into the Hampton Roads area in so many aspects. So I call your name, would you please come up to the stage? Michael Berlucci, Fawn Falks, Cole Werkheiser, Rudy Almanzor, and Nick Dintelman. All of these volunteer individuals and hundreds more have worked tirelessly, building relationships with elected officials, advocating for same-sex marriage, honoring the diversity in our community, creating safe spaces for LGBTQ individuals to live and socialize, providing scholarships in education, building partnerships with businesses and arts organizations, improving the living conditions for LGBTQ individuals in each of our 7 cities where mayors have issued proclamations of acceptance. They have impacted city governments to provide insurance coverage for same-sex marriages and providing health care for the needs of LGBTQ individuals. They have been holding a multitude of events in all of the 7 cities, hosting an annual festival, drawing 40,000 people in Norfolk, and a beach party with over 6,000 people in Virginia Beach. The journey to non-discrimination of the LGBT community continues thanks to these volunteers who work tirelessly to make the cities of Hampton Roads a safe and loving place in which to work and live. Jeffrey Ryder, the current president of Hampton Roads, will accept the award.
Thank you, Ginger. My notes here. Gosh, what an honor to accept this award on behalf of Hampton Roads Pride and the entire organization and our current board of directors. And also, what a joy to be on the stage here with our five presidents who preceded me in this role. It is an honor to be in this role and to lead this organization for our community. But it is apparent to me every day that I am standing on the shoulders of giants in this organization. Not only the five former presidents who are here with me, but the volunteers and leaders who came before them and everyone who makes the work that we do possible, including Ginger here. I am thrilled to accept this award on behalf of all of them and on behalf of all of the work that Ginger just described. On behalf of the people who stood up, who fought, and who were not afraid to be proud in our Hampton Roads community. Today, LGBTQ rights are challenged in a variety of ways in myriad settings, from the State House to school boards and everywhere in between. It is more important now for us to stand up, to be proud, and to celebrate queer folks in all of their many identities than it has been ever before. Thank you for this recognition of our work to the Human Rights Commission. But more importantly than that, thank you for supporting queer folks in our community, in Virginia Beach and the other 7 cities. Thank you for standing up with us, for supporting our work, for being great allies and accomplices as we defend the rights of those who are in jeopardy. Thank you all for being here and for this recognition.
Thank you all. That was a unique experience to be here and to be among those former presidents, but it was really special. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Jankot. The next award recipient is Virginia Beach Police Department Sergeant Jennifer Johannesson, and Commissioner Simone Need will present the award.
Sergeant Jennifer Johansson is an active law enforcement officer for the City of Virginia Beach Police Department. Not only does she work day and night to protect our community, she wears many other hats in her service. She represents the professionalism and the dedication of the Virginia Beach Police Department. Jennifer is a consummate role model for police recruits through her role as a general instructor and as an active peer support member. She is an invaluable asset for the department in ensuring officers' health and well-being. In 2019, Sergeant Johansson took on the role of LGBT liaison to assist with building a stronger relationship between the police department and the LGBTQ community. Since May of 2021, she provided leadership and mentorship to dozens of Virginia Beach teenagers in the You and Stand Up for Kids LGBT youth program. She helps to make each member feel important and heard, listening to their concerns, providing access to the community and school resources. Sergeant Johansson's selflessness commitment to the LGBT youth and in our community has directly impacted the inclusivity of our great city. Please join us in honoring Sergeant Johansson tonight.
Wow. You don't realize how much work you do until you hear stuff like that. So I'm honored. I'm humbled to be here because when I hear the things that I do, it's not for recognition, it's because it was a calling for me. I love what I do. I'm passionate about what I do. And Stand Up for Kids has really made an impact on our community with our kids. Mark, Nicole, the work that we do twice a month for the 3 hours that we spend with those kids means the world to them. We call it the You meeting because it's a safe place for them to be around like people, to not be judged, to not be bullied, to be heard, to be listened, to have resources and connections, not only with the community, but us with law enforcement. When I took on LGBT liaison for the police department, one of two folks. Captain Meister is my counterpart in that role, and we are busy. We love what we do. But I told her, and then Deputy Chief Zucchero at the time when I was interviewed for the position, my goal taking this position was to get involved with our kids, the youth, because it starts there with them as they grow up and get into the community. So many of our youth in the LGBT community are kicked out. They're disowned. They have nowhere to go. They're at the oceanfront trying to survive. And the way they survive is getting into sex trafficking, narcotics, alcohol, all the things that we as law enforcement have to deal with. My goal, if I can take one kid and save one kid, I've been successful. And I've touched many of those kids' lives. We started out 2 years ago with 5 kids that showed up at our meeting. And right now we have anywhere from 45 to 50 young men and women that come. That come because they feel safe. And I knew that I had impacted them when I ended up with some medical issues and I missed a meeting or two. And it's very rare that I'm not there for those kids, no matter what I have going on, 16-hour day, 18-hour day, it doesn't matter, I'm there for those kids. And I got sick at the beginning of November and I missed a meeting. And the next meeting I walked into was about 45 letters from those kids telling me how much they appreciated my support, they appreciated my energy, they appreciated my integrity, and just the fact that I would show up for them meant the world to them. They tell me they love me, they want to know where Sarge is at and how Sarge is doing, and they ask for me when I'm not there. That means the world to me, because again, if we can touch one kid's heart and we can get one child that safe place to stay at night and lay their head down or food in their stomach so they can survive, then we know we're doing the right thing, and that's what this is all about. It's not about this. I appreciate this, and I am humbled, and I am honored to be recognized for this. HRC, thank you for taking this into consideration for me. Captain Meister, Nicole, thank you for writing this up for me. I have to say a couple things to the executive staff, Chief Newdigate, there's deputy chiefs here, Captain Merce has been a huge impact in my life. Shelly Michelle, I wouldn't be here without you guys. Those are 2 mentors that have taken me from day one and walked me through this journey to where I am today. They're not only my mentors and my role models for the police department, but they've become sisters to me and they mean the world. Nicole, we go through a lot, but you're my ride or die, and I mean that when I say that. I wouldn't do this with anybody else, so thank you for being by my side. Mark, same to you, sir. It's an honor to be with you and help these kids any way that we can, day in and day out. My mom drove up here from South Carolina, 7 hours away, to see her baby girl get this. So, Mom, thank you so much for always having my back and being there for me. Crystal, you've been my rock for the last year. Everything I've gone through, you've been a great friend and always been there for me no matter what, so thank you. Thank you, everybody, for coming, and I want to say congratulations to all the nominees. You all deserve this. Thank you.
Actually, you can enter and exit any way you want. Your choice. The next award recipient is Sergeant Brandon Mullen, and Commissioner Nicholas Lundgren will present the award to him.
Good evening, everyone. Sergeant Brandon Mullen with the Virginia Beach Sheriff's Office is an integral part of the Virginia Beach community. Sergeant Mullen co-founded the Virginia Beach Sheriff's Office's first Inclusion, Equity, and Diversity Council and currently serves as co-chair. The council is responsible for providing support and resources for the sheriff's office to provide diverse community services, though he has voluntarily accepted the additional responsibility of personally reviewing cultural diversity lesson plans to ensure that each deputy sheriff is educated on the importance of inclusion and social awareness. Sergeant Mullen also serves on the board of directors for the National Alliance on Mental Illness for Coastal Virginia and is pursuing a master's degree in clinical counseling from Old Dominion University. Sergeant Mullen constantly uses his background and experience to further community development efforts in his city and his organizations to ensure that Virginia Beach is an inclusive and diverse space for all its residents. So please join us in honoring Sergeant Brandon Mullen.
All right, I don't think I could follow up Sarge's speech over there. I did want to take this opportunity and this platform to kind of share a little bit about my personal story and kind of how I got to this point. About 5 years ago, I started really having struggles with my mental health to the point where I got, for long periods of time, I became suicidal. I didn't tell anybody. We talked about the isolation factor, and that was a major factor in what I was struggling with. Eventually, I got the help. Luckily, my doctor somehow was able to pick up on what was going on. I got the help I needed, and then I started this journey. And that's why I ended up joining NAMI Coastal's board of directors, because I wanted to help people who were struggling just like me. But the people I want to thank is the first people I want to thank is the Virginia Beach Sheriff's Office for accepting me for who I am, for understanding the struggles that I've had, for providing the love and support that I often didn't get growing up, and very proud to be serving under Sheriff Holcomb, so thank you very much. But the most important three people that I need to be thanking is my beautiful wife, Yaisha Luna, and my two beautiful kids. And I can't believe I'm going to be the first one to cry up here, but somebody's got to do it, and I guess I'll be the one to do it. You know, everybody gets to see me at this high point in my life, and this is great, and I appreciate the recognition. But nobody gets to see me when I'm at my lowest point, and the only people that do is my family. And there's been a lot of nights where I've struggled, where I've laid in bed due to depression, where I became manic and started having all these great ideas, and nobody here gets to see that. But the people that do see it all the time are the ones that provide me the most love and support, which is my wife and kids, who are the sole reason that I'm here today. I'm very fortunate to have that kind of support in my life, because unfortunately there's people out who do not have that support, which is the driving factor of what I'm doing. I don't plan on ever quitting. I'm going to stop until the day I'm no longer here, and it's going to be my life's mission to make sure that all these changes happen that need to happen. And I just really want to make sure to take the time, and I want everybody please to recognize the two real heroes in my life right here, which would be Yaisha and Maisha, my wonderful family. So thank you guys so much. This isn't my award, this is their award. And so thank you guys very much. Congratulations to everybody, and thank you for everybody in here for all the support you guys give our community. It is so much needed. But time to network too, NAMI Coastal. If anybody needs anything, please come find me. Always looking to help out. Thank you guys so much.
Congratulations, Sergeant, and thank you. Thank you for sharing. The next recipient is NOBLE, the National Organization of Black Law Enforcement Executives, Hampton Roads, Virginia chapter. And to present that award is Commissioner Heidi Daniels. And here she is. Here's Heidi Daniels.
Good evening. It's so nice to see everybody. Like half of you I already know, so it feels like home. And Dominique, thank you for making the letters really big for me. I hope I'll still be able to read it. So NOBLE, or National Organization of Black Law Enforcement Executives, or NOBLE for short. And let me tell you, a couple months ago, was it 2 months in October, I couldn't even say it because I was so excited that they were there. And I'm really excited whenever they are out in the community. I am the executive director of Green Run Homes Association, so that's all I do is provide events for the community. And these next two honorees are dear to my heart because it's very personal for me when I see what they do for the community. So Noble for short has a mission to ensure equity in the administration of justice and the provision of public service to all communities, and to serve as a conscience of law enforcement by being committed to justice by action. Noble wants to ensure that there is fairness in the administration of the hiring and promotion of Black police officers, and they want to support any challenges that Black police executives may encounter. Noble helps to enhance police-community relations, and our local chapter does just that. You can always find members of the Hampton Roads chapter out in the community. Their most recent community engagements include collecting coats for Penn Ministries, participating in the Virginia Beach Holiday Parade, giving out turkeys and sides to families in need, participating in Bridge the Gap Community Festival, National Night Out, and honestly, I could go on and on for what they do. And a lot of you already know them, but I would like to have them come up on stage and accept this award. And thank you very much from the bottom of my heart for everything that you do for our community. Noble. They're really good at judging costume contests, too.
Good evening. First of all, I would like to thank the Human Rights Commission for this great honor. It was a surprise. Thank you to Heidi for giving us the nomination. First of all, we have a bunch of people from Noble here, so I'd like to thank everybody for showing up, table 10 and some behind. Thank you, Noble. Our vice president made the trip down from DC. However, she got caught by that thing we call the HRBT. So she didn't quite make it here in time, but I want to thank her for getting here for this as well. Standing here with me, we've got Lieutenant Will Gervin from the Virginia Beach Police Department, Captain Karen Johnson from the Virginia Beach Sheriff's Office, and Fugitive Agent Norris Sherman. One thing that I really need to say is that any leader out here knows that you're only as good as the people around you. I have a very good group of people that I work with this chapter. I've been the chapter president for 6 years now, and I have to say that I can't do it alone. It's people like this and people back here that make it possible for us to be in a position to serve the communities the way that we do. That goes without saying. But I have to stress that there is this one particular element in our Noble equation with the Hampton Roads chapter that puts us above the rest, that really makes us shine. This person is our tech guy. This person is our social media consultant. He is our engagement specialist. He is our multi-tool, if you will, and that is Norris Sherman. I can go on and on about the value that Norris brings to this agency and this community, but I will tell you that this chapter really goes as Norris goes, and I mean that from the heart. For the last 6 years, he has been one of my right-hand men, and I just want to say thank you. And on behalf of the Noble chapter, we thank you all, and please have a good night.
Congratulations to the Noble team. And Commissioner Daniels is going to stay up, but I want to introduce the next recipient, and that is RAPS. And what do you think RAPS stands for? Really Awesome People Swimming. So, Commissioner Daniels, sorry, I really wanted to say that.
So our next honoree is Really Awesome People Swimming. And again, I am involved in this, and I hold it dear and true to my heart because it mostly deals with children, but it also helps adults. When Leslie Paul learned how high the drowning rates were among minority and disadvantaged populations in 2007, she knew that she could make a difference and save lives. Leslie founded the nonprofit Really Awesome People Swimming, or RAPS for short, and over the last 16 years, Leslie and her group of swim instructors have taught swimming lessons to 2,875 people. Specific minority and disadvantaged. They range from ages 5 to 86. Yes, she's had a couple people that have been 86 years old and they still wanted to learn how to swim. Leslie believes that someone's socioeconomic status should not determine whether they are afforded the opportunity to learn this life-saving skill. And if you ever look it up on the internet or anywhere, minority and disadvantaged persons are the ones with the highest drowning rates. Leslie and her swim instructors provide swimming lessons, usually for free or maybe just for $3, just to make sure they come. Usually swim lessons could be up $50, $100 or more. Her commitment to this program is a testament to her unwavering dedication and passion for saving lives. Please join us in honoring Really Awesome People Swimming founder Leslie Paul.
Thank you. You took part of my speech. Sorry. Good evening. In the fall of 2006, the idea of the Really Awesome People Swimming program came about after I read an article about the high rates of drowning among minorities. I knew I could do something to change those numbers. I came up with a name. I started fundraising. I visited churches in black neighborhoods that I saw had vans or buses that could transport the children. I contacted Oprah. I was on a mission. I knew we could do this, but I wasn't getting anywhere. I was told by friends in the know that I should give up. Minorities aren't going to trust a white woman, and the kids that we are trying to attract are going to be trouble. Very few donations were coming in. Oprah didn't call. We figured if Oprah knew how to swim, we would know about that. My dad died. I thought, what better way to spend his money, now my money. He was the one that taught me my love of everything water-related. Be the change, I heard him say. And we did. Over the last 15 summers, -2 for COVID, we have taught 2,875 children, teens, adults, and senior citizens. We have not had a single behavior problem. The program has been featured on all of our local TV channels, and news anchor Regina Mobley gave the program international recognition with her story of learning how to swim at the age of 45. It is now featured in the International Swimming Hall of Fame in Fort Lauderdale. We have a wait list. Thank you. We have a wait list of potential swimmers waiting to attend the program from as far as Cortland and Williamsburg. We have people from all over Hampton Roads area. This program is successful due to its committed staff, our volunteers, and our donors that keep coming back year after year. Their love for what we do makes the difference in this finely tuned program, and they are the ones that should be applauded. I have the best instructors anyone can ever ask for, so thank you. I'm going to be the second one to cry. We never gave up. We don't use the word can't. We don't do this for recognition, but because learning to swim isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Thank you very much for understanding the importance of this RAPS program, and thank you for the nomination and the award. Thank you.
The next recipient will be former Virginia Beach Human Rights Commissioner, Mr. Louis Rivera. And to present the award will be Human Rights Commission Chair Sylvia Neary Strickland.
Yeah, Justice again. I met Luis Rivera about 30 years ago through his community work, specifically through the Hispanic community. His hard work and dedication led to an appointment to the Minority Business Council, where he served as vice chair and chair. He has served in several Hispanic organizations and is past president of the Hispanic Leadership Council. He is a former Human Rights Commissioner completing his full 9-year term. He was an active and engaged member, serving on several committees. Most notably, he chaired the Policies and Procedures Committee, compiling and refining our processes into documents. He actively participated in the Independent Observer Program, spending many weekends walking the oceanfront. He has fought for human rights and individuals and collective causes from an early age, inspired by growing up in Bronx, New York. He became a national newscaster in Los Angeles during some unrestful times. He was at his best when he was reporting on real life, sometimes doing so amid riots and demonstrations. He gives 100% and is passionately unrelenting in his quest to serve and give back. For these and many other reasons, we are delighted to recognize him for the 2023 Human Rights Award. And Norma, you may come up with him as well if you wish. Oh, there you are. Here you go, sir.
I'm shocked because when the Human Rights Commission asked me to send my resume, I forgot to, so I'm surprised you had all that to say about me. First of all, let me say for my Hispanic peeps out there, buenas noches. I tell you, this award is amazing, and I have to be honest with you, I think this is the nicest Christmas present anyone has ever given me, so I appreciate it. I believe my fellow commissioners are going to agree that the time and effort that we have invested in the Human Rights Commission has been provided out of our collective passion for justice and equality and upholding human rights for all of our citizens. I learned long ago, and I'll tell you how I learned. At the age of 13, I was arrested and put in jail. I didn't do anything wrong. All I did was ask a particular police officer if he had ever heard of the Constitution of the United States when he was arresting some of the folks that were standing next to me. We were standing on the street corner, you know how we used to do in the day. But that triggered me to start thinking bigger than my street corner. And from that time, I became involved in human rights. I started an organization in my high school when Dr. Martin Luther King passed away. In college, I helped to bring more Hispanic students. I was the only Latino accepted to my university at that time. And by the time I left, we had a whole mess of them to balance the thing out. And I learned back then in trying to help out the community that if you weren't part of the solution, you were part of the what? The problem. And I also learned that in order to be a leader that can do something for your community, first you have to be a servant. Then you lead. Too many times people join commissions and boards and all kinds of things because they want the feather in their cap to be able to use it for whatever they want to accomplish. A true leader is a person that accomplishes, steps up without thinking about the rewards. I'm very proud that the city of Virginia Beach has the participation of some fantastic servant leaders, not only in the city council, example, my dear friend Michael, but also in their various departments, their commissions, their boards, and also in our beloved city employees. They all join the Human Rights Commission in striving towards a future where every citizen is treated with dignity and respect. And I'm honored that you consider me as part of the solution and your amiguito for life. Thank you. God bless you all, and muchas gracias.
Congratulations, Commissioner Rivera, and thank you for your service. The next recipient will be Gary Spell, and to present his award will be Commissioner Bobby Malati.
I need these. Can't do without them. Before I read the script, I want to say that one of the things that produces change is education. The reason that this person was nominated was because he has spent his entire career educating people, telling the story, what's the truth. So as you hear about Gary Spell, think of him in terms of that tribal storyteller. Gary Spell is a native of Virginia Beach who has worked as an accomplished playwright, composer, and arranger for over 20 years, working with the city of Virginia Beach as event contractor, amassing a catalog of shows that tell the rich history of our region. His most recent works were 1619, When Destinies Collide, which addresses Tidewater's role in the complex issues of Black history in the United States. And then Contraband, the follow-up story, the untold story of emancipation. Gary also serves as a senior pastor for Tapestry Church and the founding director of the Regent University Institute for Music and Worship. Gary Spell has been a person in our community who has been galvanizing force, lending his voice to causes and organizations to help amplify their message. Please join us in honoring Mr. Gary Spell.
I'd like to thank the commission. I'd like to thank Bobby. As Bobby said, I think when we look at societal change, one of the most important assets we have at our disposal is the power of story. Generally speaking, when people know better, they do better. And telling these stories has been an incredible privilege, and I'm really grateful. I want to thank Bobby and the team at Beach Events for being relentless educators and providing me the platform and the opportunity to do this. I want to thank my wife and my friends who are here tonight. And I'm just grateful for the opportunity to do this, and I'm grateful to the commission. Thank you so much.
Congratulations and thank you. The next recipient is former Commissioner Teresa Stanley, and to present her award will be Commissioner Rabbi Israel Zoberman.
Michael.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Shalom, everyone. You know the word shalom means. Now that we had beautiful Spanish from Lou, who is so handsome, and look at me, I have no hair. You know, his hairdo is so perfect. I'm in awe of this guy, but let me tell you, I'm in awe even more of the Catholic girl we are about to honor by this Jewish guy who has been playing rabbi for 49 years, and I'm still alive to talk about it. Wow, 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 wow. What can I say? What can I say? Virginia is for lovers. Virginia is for lovers. We heard beautiful Spanish, really. I'm so intrigued because of my own background. Spent my early childhood as a refugee following the Holocaust, World War II. Born in Kazakhstan, and the rest of it is all about being a refugee. And maybe that's what brought me to become a rabbi and brought me to this beautiful community, that finally I found a place that accepts me for what I am. I speak up, and I've been privileged to do it for some 40 years in this community. Whenever the media needs to have somebody who is a little bit Jewish to say something, it's Rabbi Zoberman, of course. And I love every minute of it, every minute of it. Perhaps it's the greatest verse in scriptures. How good it is for sisters and brothers to dwell in harmony. How good it is for sisters and brothers to dwell in harmony. Only a people oppressed could come up with this notion of peace, of shalom, healing, hope, and harmony among all of God's children. We were marked by the Greeks and the Romans. Look at the Jews, they're too lazy to fight. Didn't understand. We created revolutions with our ideas of lasting peace. And where is peace? That's why we are here, to create peace. So that, are you already here for me? Okay, Teresa. You know, my Jewish congregation meets at her church, Church of the Holy Apostles. Took in a bunch of Jewish refugees, Temple of Tikva, Heart of Hope. Thank you, Teresa. Without you, I wouldn't have been working here now. So, through many years of extraordinary service to our beloved city and community, I have endearingly bestowed upon our own Teresa Stanley the honorific title, Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa. Wow, she a warrior for justice. Oh my God, she puts me to shame. Mother Teresa. Our Teresa is a one-of-a-kind powerhouse of biblical proportions, of both endless passion and compassion, ever ready to faithfully serve and lead one and all in need. You know, whenever I see her, I try to move out of the way because she has another idea for this rabbi, to get involved in another organization. And I said to Teresa, yes, it's great. I don't know if I can do everything, but she just inspires us all to do extra, do something, get somebody else to do the work. But don't run away from me, right, Teresa? Wow. I'm a little scared of her, but it's another story.
We have the same condition.
Yeah. There is no organization or person in need that has not benefited from Teresa's generosity and kindness. She has been the catalyst and committed organizer of the Pastors Leaders Community Police Relations, an effort that has provided dialogue between law enforcement and members of the African American community, including many of their pastors. And as a former member of the Virginia Beach Human Rights Commission, she was exemplary in working on issues like healthcare and Medicaid, enrollment, housing, and homelessness. Great causes, Teresa, thank you. She fortunately cannot be stopped. You cannot stop her. If she approaches you, submit, let her conquer you and do her will. It's the easiest way to do it, let me tell you. Our blemished planet, and there are so many problems. And I think that in comparison to other places on this blemished earth, I think we're doing quite well here. We have to appreciate that we're not in Gaza right now. Our blemished planet Earth is a better place, let me tell you. It comes from the bottom of my heart. Because Teresa has blessed us with her loving presence. Please join us in honoring Mother Teresa.
Well done,
Oh, I love Catholic girls. Oh. This is yours.
In the spirit of brevity, first I want to just tell you that I think that this night it is an example of the spirit of human rights, where we're all connected, we're all a part of the same human body, trying to evolve ourselves into who we can be with this kind of leadership. So I want to thank the Virginia Beach Human Rights Commission for all that you do. And I really, really want you to know that I'm very humbled by this recognition, and I do consider it a recognition for the people. We do it together. We are all in right relationship, moving toward the change we wish to see. There are two quotes that I just want to mention this evening. One from Maya Angelou. Someone already said it tonight. Do the best you can until you know better, and once you know better, you do better. And the second from Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The time is always right to do what is right. So in the spirit of standing on the shoulders of these two human rights icons, as well as many others, many of you in this room, I want you to know that my heart is overflowing with gratitude and joy for the opportunity to walk arm in arm in partnership with so many of you for decades now, as we continue to each do our part to contribute to furthering human rights progress in our local community and beyond. Thank you all so much.
And see you in church, Teresa.
The next award recipient is Tidewater Sowers of Justice, and the one and only Virginia Beach Human Rights Commissioner Beatrice Amberman will be presenting their award.
Thank you so very much, Michael. It is indeed a great honor to live in the city of Virginia Beach and to experience such a loving place. And I am going to go off the script because I'm going to ask the Source of Justice group, including my good friend Teresa Stanley, to come to the front, because I want each one of the persons over here to get to know your faces as I'm expressing what I feel for this community. So please, I ask all the Source of Justice to come over here. Teresa, please join me. The Tidewater Source of Justice is a group of many members of the faith community who have dedicated decades of work for our community without pause. And as they come to the stage, yes, I want people to see you, because I'm going to express to you how proud I have been, and I'm going to ask my husband to join me, because I think he joins me with this experience. Thank you. Thank you.
Come on this way.
Yes. Oh, what, Steve, Stanley, Brother Charles, what happened?
He can't get up there.
Okay, please stand a little bit, because I want to tell everybody, you know, we all talk about our beloved community and what it is to care for one another and to actually respond to that call. Are you your brother's keeper? There's a group of people that always respond, yes, we are our brother's keepers. I have been very honored, my husband can join over there, because we have discussed so many times how blessed we are to have met in our lives the Source of Justice. This is a group of people that for many decades get together, you say once a month but it is not only once a month. They meet almost every day with a program and an opportunity for the people in Virginia to get together and come and speak on behalf of everybody in our community that we think are the other. We try to erase the labels of people that divide us. They always are working to make sure that we include everyone in our thoughts, our prayers, but in action. They walk the halls of the General Assembly with every group, including my Latino community, to speak about the injustice and the issues that affect other people, trying to lift those issues and put them out of the way so that we can be inclusive and loving. And you know, as you see them here, this is a small group. There are others that have actually have passed away, but this is the only group where I have gone, and they never forget anyone that has been a member of the Tidewater Source of Justice. This is a group of people that every year they put the picture of everybody that has worked with them in lifting people in our community, and they mention what they have done, and they light a candle for every one of them, never forgetting that they are present in our lives and remembering what they stood for. And so, let me tell you that they work and support many causes, such as poverty, financial empowerment, environmental justice, dismantling racism and nonviolence, and the Latino community has benefited from them joining us and speaking and not leaving us alone. Tidewater Source of Justice truly exemplify the meaning of loving our fellow human beings by example. Their lifelong commitment to the common good and the well-being of our community is deserving of our public recognition, gratitude, and support. Please join us in honoring the Tidewater Source of Justice.
Thank you. On behalf of all of our leadership team here tonight, I just am so appreciative of this award. But I want to tell you, doesn't this event make you love this city of Virginia Beach? You know, this is such a powerful event to bring us all together, to recognize all the good that's going on in our community and lifting it up. You know, so thanks greatly to the Human Rights Commission. Congratulations to all of those who have been awarded tonight and awarded in the past. And it's just a privilege to be here. I want to add a little levity to this and let you know that my wife, who's standing right next to me, Renee, my life partner, and we've only known each other for 64 years. You know, that's a long time. We met when we were 14. But in the 70s and the 80s at St. Nicholas Church in Kings Grant, my wife and I ran the social ministry committee. And then my wife decided that we needed to have a full-time social minister. So she advocated for that. So she had some interviews. And she came home to me and she said she met this lovely person who was beautiful and was an aerobics teacher. And I said, well, who is that? And she said, it's Teresa Stanley. So we hired that aerobics teacher, and the script was written from there for the city of Virginia Beach. And I, like Rabbi Zoberman, have come to the place in my life that it's much better to submit to Teresa and follow her than to try to go any other way. So we have a motto for the Sowers of Justice, and this is what our mission is. Our mission is answering God's call We all answer God's call to transform human hearts, as each of you does, and the structures that surround us, making known wisdom's cry to respond with justice and compassion for all. That's our motto. It's been our motto for 25 years. We're sticking to it, and we're not changing. So in ending, I want to ask you to remember 3 things that start with an E that apply to our organization. And the first E is that we are ecumenical. We're not one faith, we're many faiths. And even Rabbi Zoberman's Jewish faith is a part of us. And we are also, the second E, we're egalitarian. And simply what that means is we share leadership. No one person is in leadership, and we rotate the leadership on and on and on. And lastly, the E stands for energy and enthusiasm. If you want us to join with you and work for your cause, know that we'll bring our thirst for justice, our energy, and our enthusiasm. Thanks to all, and blessings to so many. Amen.
It's almost picture time. The final award recipient this evening will be the Virginia Beach Police Department Mounted Patrol Unit. And Human Rights Commissioner Ron Taylor will present this award.
Good evening. The Virginia Beach Police Mounted Patrol Unit was created in 1985 with a mission of patrolling the resort area of the city, assisting with crowd management, protective enforcement activities. The Mounted Patrol Unit has worked to create an inclusive community and seek out opportunity to participate in the community events to encourage conversation and promote positivity. The Mounted Police Unit has attended and hosted a variety of events around Virginia Beach, such as Wounded Warriors Retreat, Atlantis Community Event, Food and Tots for Tots. They also partner with Equal Kids to develop a program that focuses on therapeutic writing to address mental health concerns and public safety employees. The Mounted Police Unit has shown unwavering dedication to the safety of our city and to the building of stronger relationship between law enforcement and the community. Their can-do spirit is unparalleled, leading a blazing trails for others to follow, which reflects great credit upon the law enforcement community. In keeping with the highest tradition in serving and protecting, please join us in welcoming Sergeant John Allen, who will be accepting the Human Rights Award on behalf of the Virginia Beach Mounted Police Department.
Good evening. I realize I'm the last one, so this is going to be not long, so I'm done. Before I start, I would like to recognize the mounted unit who is in attendance tonight, if they don't mind standing.
In addition, I would extend the unit's gratitude to the Human Rights Commission, as well as all of the city leadership, Chief Newgate and the department. Without the support, we would not be able to accomplish the missions that we do. The Mounted Police Unit continues to dedicate our efforts to build and support an inclusive community. Just this year in 2023, aside from our patrol duties, the unit participated in 85 community events throughout the city. They included partnering with the public schools, private schools, our faith-based community, as well as local neighborhood associations. That's a lot of events. We interacted with citizens from all over the city, to include when we're at the oceanfront, interacting with tourists on a daily basis. They could be 30 minutes away or 4 or 5 states away. And when you talk about community engagement and being inclusive, when you're walking down the oceanfront and kids that don't know you, adults, they want to run up simply to see a horse. And some of them have never seen a horse before. And that bridges into a conversation to where we can interact with those citizens, with those visitors, and make positive reactions that hopefully continue to build the relationships we do. The other thing I wanted to point out is one of the unique aspects of the Mounted Patrol Unit is our facility is open to the public. So we host many events to include our our Trunk or Treat event, which is a yearly event, hosted in October. This year alone, we hosted nearly 5,000 people in a single day. This was also the first year we included a sensory hour where we adapted some of the decoration, sounds, and music and invited, and essentially made it a scaled-down version so children with special needs, young adults could come and enjoy the horses, enjoy the barn, which proved to be really, really well. In addition, we also had our Toys or Tots program and food drive, which we donate to local food pantries and other charities we assist with. Overall, again, I just want to thank everyone for their time tonight, congratulate all the other recipients, and again, thank you on behalf of the Mounted Patrol Unit and the Virginia Beach Police Department.
Well, that comes to the end of our program, and I hope you will join me, please, in a final round of applause for all of our honorees. I would also like to thank the Virginia Beach Convention Center for hosting us once again, and for city photographer Craig McClure and the City of Virginia Beach videography team who are capturing this evening for our community and for history. Let's thank all of them. I want to thank all of you for allowing me the opportunity to serve as your host, and to the Human Rights Commission, my friends, my colleagues, my partners, for extending this invitation to me, which is very special, and I thank you very much. Tonight has been an inspiring and uplifting celebration of those who advocate for human rights. And we encourage each of you as neighbors and as community leaders and as citizens to celebrate our diversity and to reaffirm our commitment to building a united, inclusive, hate-free Virginia Beach that is mindful of the fact that we are part of one humanity. We are privileged and honored to have individuals and organizations in our community working like those who were recognized this evening, and for each and every one of you. And it's because of your efforts that, such as the honorees and citizens and neighbors, that Virginia Beach continues to be a safe, inclusive, and welcoming city. But we do have work to do, and we must remain vigilant. And it is now up to us to uphold our obligations to ensure that all citizens and our neighbors are treated with the dignity and respect that each of us deserves. So thank you again for all of the hard work that you as citizens, as neighbors, as organizations, as commissioners, as council members, as civic leaders do for the city of Virginia Beach, and I wish you all a very joyous and happy and safe holiday season. I ask the award recipients to please gather at the front of the stage at this time so that we can take group photos, and thank you all. Have a great evening.